Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the second installment of our favorites videos. Now last time we did lipsticks, this time we're going to the opposite end of the spectrum and we are doing face products. So this will be primers, concealers, foundations, powders, and setting sprays / priming sprays. Before we get into that, I do want to remind you that I do have an Instagram account and will be listed right here on the screen somewhere. Make sure you go follow me on there and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like it if you do, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I do upload videos. I also did want to mention that I do have a discount code for the Coldest Water. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or not, but they sell a bunch of these different bottles and they come with different lids and they keep your water seriously cold. And I have a promo code down below. It's code KAMI, K-A-M-I, and you can just use that at checkout at thecoldestwater.com and you'll get free shipping on any order that you place. So that's always great. I just wanted to mention it. So first things first, we're going to talk about primers. Now, the first thing that I do when I do my makeup is I apply a setting spray or a priming spray. Now, the one that I have been loving is this Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of it or not, but the mist on here is so fine. And if you do have dry skin, I know in these colder months, I do have drier skin. So I love to use this mist to just start out my routine. So if you can see, it's just really, I mean, it's really, it really has a fine mist to it. It doesn't hardly have any fragrance to it. It has hyaluronic acid in it, which is great for hydrating your skin. So I really recommend this. If you just want to try it, you could even set your face with it. I personally don't, but you totally could. It's not going to move your makeup. It's not going to hurt it, but it does claim to be youth preserving. I don't know about that, but I do know it feels great on the skin, and I do think it holds it plays a part in making sure my makeup lasts just a little bit longer and looks just a little bit better as the farther the day goes on. So the next thing, we're going to stay on that primer train. The one that I love and I hold near and dear to my heart is this Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. Now it just looks like this right here, and you open it up and it's just, you can see I've used quite a bit of it, but it's just got almost a silicone-y texture to it, and you just take a little bit and I just put it in the place on my T-zone right here. I'll just get a little bit on each finger and then you just press it into the pores. Don't rub it in, just press it in so it really gets into those pores and it really fills them in and creates that blurred effect. So when you put that foundation on top, it just glides on and you don't have to worry about it, you know, sinking into those pores. And then you've got those kind of indentions right there, and nobody wants that. So just make sure you do use primers to make sure your skin is nice and smoothed out and hydrated before you go in with any foundations or concealers or whatever you're going to go in with. Okay, so next we are going to go straight into foundations. The first one I want to talk about is my tried and true, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation, and I use multiple shades. So right now I'm in the shade 201 Classic Ivory. I love this foundation. I do have more normal to dry skin in these winter months. I don't really get oily in the summer. I'm just more normal, but this foundation, it doesn't make you look oily and it doesn't make me oily at all. It is the perfect foundation if you've got my skin type. I love this. It's got little micro reflecting beads in it that whenever you push it into your skin, you can see that glow, and it's not just on your cheeks or wherever, it's everywhere, which I love, but it's not like shiny. It just has like a healthy luminous look to it, and this is a great foundation. It's not thick and sticky. It's not thin and runny. It's like a perfect consistency for a foundation, and I think this runs for about $9 or $10 at wherever you get it. It may fluctuate between Ulta, Walmart, Target, wherever you get it, but it is a great foundation, and if I could recommend one of the three that I'm going to show you, this is the one that I would recommend. Next, we are going to talk about the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. Don't know if you've ever heard of it or not, but it's amazing. It is a little thicker than that one, but not thick. It's just got more of a whipped texture, I should say. But this one is amazing. It's got SPF 50, so those ladies who like to use SPF in their makeup, I mean, this is a great option for you because it's got SPF 50. It has a hydrating serum, and it's supposed to be anti-aging, which is great for those of us who have like fine lines or wrinkles or anything and you want to hide that, and you think that maybe putting foundation on it is going to enhance that. This is just going to make it look more natural and kind of help to smooth it out. Now I do want to say I do apply all of my foundations with a beauty blender, which you can get at Ulta or Sephora or wherever. They're all cheap. There are cheaper options. I know Real Techniques has a good one, has 2 good ones. And if you would like to know what those are, just kind of leave that in the comments below and I'll make sure that I answer those questions. But anyway, yeah, this is great. It only comes in like 5 shades because it's more of a CC cream. It's not technically a foundation, but it covers like a foundation. It's beautiful and I just love it. I love it. Okay, the last one is from the drugstore again. This is a L'Oreal foundation. I love L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear foundation, and this is newer to me too, but I really have fallen in love with it. It just sits on the skin pretty. I don't like anything that looks like it's sitting there, you know what I mean? I want it to melt into my skin. I want it to look natural the best that it can while giving me coverage. Is that too much to ask? Probably, but we're gonna roll with it. This is a great foundation. They have a great range of colors, which is something that is important to come out with, and they came out, you know, right out of the gate with all those colors, and it claims to do 24 hours. It claims to be breathable, which is really nice because you want to be able to touch your face. You want to be able to, you know, if someone accidentally brushes up against it, it's not going to smear off all over them, you know what I mean? And I found that this one just does a great job of holding up throughout the day, and I really think it's one of the best foundations at the drugstore. So if you had to pick one of these 3, definitely go with the first one, but this one is a close second place. Okay, now we're going to talk about concealers. Now I only have 2. One is drugstore, one is not. We'll start with the drugstore. This is the Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer by Catrice. I don't know if you've ever heard of Catrice, but they do sell it online at Ulta, and this is a great option for those of you on a budget. This one. It's great. They've got a couple shades to choose from. It's only like $4 or $5, and it's got great coverage. I'll show you the wand. It actually packs quite a punch. It covers really well. It's not too much. You can always do your desired coverage amount. You can just put a little bit right here in the inner corners where it gets darkest, or wherever you get darkest, whether that be here on the outer corners, wherever you think you need it, you know. But this is a great concealer. It claims to be waterproof. I don't really know if it is. I've never really tested it, but it holds up really well, and it's comparable to a lot of my more expensive concealers. So I love this concealer, and I've actually gotten multiple shades of it because it's one of the best, and it's so cheap. Okay, the next concealer is actually, I'm sure you've heard of this one. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. Everybody and their mother's heard of this. It's the best, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's also. It's the best concealer you can buy for under eyes. It is amazing. It's creamy. It's got this big old doe foot applicator, which holds a lot of product, which is actually not a bad thing. But you don't need a ton of this. Just dot it a little bit on those inner corners, or again, wherever you get darkest. It blends out amazingly. It's creamy, but not too thick, but it covers your deepest, darkest secrets, you know what I mean? You won't have any designer bags under those eyes after you apply this. It's amazing. It doesn't really crease on me, but you always want to set your concealer with a powder. I don't know if you know that, but you should always go in with a brush or with a little pad or something, like a little puff, or your sponge, your makeup sponge, like a beauty blender, and just make sure you go into those eyes and set that concealer, because it will crease throughout the day if you don't set it. That's just a tip from me to you, but this is a great concealer. If you haven't tried Shape Tape, you need to. You need to just go out, pick yourself up one, and try it. It's amazing. Okay, now we're going to talk about powders. I used to use the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, but that can be expensive, and you can't ever get all the powder out, and that really irritates me. So I switched to something drugstore, and I had heard about it on Tate's channel. If you've never heard of Tate, you need to go check her out. She's amazing at doing reviews. Love watching her channel. Anyway, this is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. Now they have a whole bunch of shades. This one I'm not sure. This is Translucent Extra Coverage, and I think she actually recommended this one. But it's a big old container of it, and it does have like more of a baby powder kind of smell, so if that offends you, you might want to steer clear. But I love loose powders because I don't feel like they're heavy. I don't like to put a powder on top of my foundation that has extra color to it, you know what I mean? I like to use a translucent powder because it just kind of makes your makeup look poreless and nice without adding all that extra cakey coverage to your face, you know? But this is a great, great powder, and I'll show you. I'll take the lid off and just show you. It just looks like this. It's a great powder. I mean, honestly, I don't have enough good things to say about it. It's not a matte powder. It's not a, I mean, it's just a great natural setting your skin powder. And you can take this with you throughout the day with a sponge, with your fingers, and just tap it where you get oily. It's amazing, and it's only like $7. I get mine at Walgreens. So if you're interested, run down to Walgreens and pick yourself one up. Okay, the last thing we're gonna talk about is setting spray, and this is the setting spray that I use every single day. And now this feels amazing to me because I've got dry skin. If you've got more oily skin, I don't know if I would choose this one. I mean, you can. It doesn't make you oily, but it definitely enhances that glow. So this is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This stuff, just the spray on this stuff, if you can see, I mean, it's so amazing, and it's got a good smell to it. Like, I don't know if you've ever used the MAC Fix Plus setting spray, but this has that same smell to it. But the MAC setting spray, when you spray it out of that nozzle, it kind of gets you in patches on your face, and that's not something that I necessarily want. This has a continuous spray to it, and it's amazing. I love this so much. I use it every day, and I think I use way too much of it, honestly, but I love it so much that I can't help myself. It's my favorite part of my makeup routine, is setting my face with this. It's just the best stuff ever. You can get this at Ulta. It's like $14, I think, and you get a little less than 3 ounces in here. But anyway, guys, those are all of my face favorites, not including blush, highlights, and bronzer. We'll get to that later. But for now, those are my face favorites, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I hope you'll come back to watch my next video. I plan to do 3 a week. I will try to do 3 or more, and once I get a schedule going, then I'll put that in the comments below, so you'll be able to come back and watch my videos, and hopefully you will hit that notification bell so you'll be subscribed and you'll be able to be notified whenever I do upload, which is, you know, something that I would hope you would do. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Look forward to the next one, which will be the 3rd video in this installment, and we're gonna do cheeks then. So we'll do blush, bronzer, highlight, contour, you know, everything dealing with cheeks. So make sure to come back for that video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye, guys.